The Fir Tree by Hans Christian Andersen. In the middle of a dense forest, there was a small fir tree who really wanted to grow up quickly. He felt envious of the other fir trees that were cut down to become sheep mast or Christmas trees. When the winter came and it was finally his turn to be cut down, he was happy and felt that his dream was about to come true. He imagined all the joy that awaited him.
The fir tree was taken to a lively house and beautifully decorated for the Christmas celebration. Inside the house, he became the center of attention as a Christmas tree, surrounded by the laughter and happiness of children. However, the joy was short-lived. After Christmas was over, he was taken to a dark and silent attic. There, he remembered his past and the happy days in the forest that he had once ignored. He felt increasingly bitter and sad. The mice rustling among his branches only added to his growing sense of worthlessness.
One day, he was taken out into the backyard. The children played around him, and he felt the fresh air, the first sunbeam, and a brief moment of happiness. But the joy soon vanished when he was chopped into the pits for firewood. As the fire consumed him, he realized how precious those simple days in the forest had been, days he had taken for granted. The tree learned with deep regret that true happiness often lies in the present moment and in the beautiful memories of the past. Next, we will explain about the element of the fir tree story. First, the fir tree. The fir tree has character ambitious. The fir tree never satisfied with his life. He wanted to grow tall and experience with things that other trees in the forest had gone through. Second, the children. The children has characters joyful and playful because they truly enjoyed the Christmas atmosphere by playing and listening to stories. Third, the woodcutters. In the story, they were responsible for cutting down trees to be used for Christmas. And the last one, the mice, has characters curious, always wanting to know what happened to the fir tree. But once they got bored, they left the tree alone.
So next, I will be explaining to you about the plot of the fir tree. The first, there is exposition. So the exposition start on out in the woods stood a nice little fir tree. The place he had was a very good one. The sun shone on him as the fresh air. There was enough of that, and round him grew many large-sized comrades, pines as well as firs. But the little fir wanted so very much to be a grown-up tree. The exposition started at that and ended at at the end of a year. He had sewed up a good deal, and after another year he was another long bit taller. For with fir trees one can always tell by the shoots how many years old they are. And then there's the second, which is rising action. So the rising action started on where are they going to? Asked the fir tree. They are not taller than I. There was one indeed that was considerably shorter. And why do they retain all their branches? Whether are they taken? Until it ended at, we did not say anything more. It was incomparably beautiful. The third was climax. So the climax started on, people that saw him said, "What a fine tree!" And towards Christmas it was one of the first that was cut down. The axe struck deep into the very pit. The tree fell to the earth with a sigh. He felt a pang. It was like a swoon. He could not think of happiness, for he was sorrowful at being separated from his home, from the place where he had sprung up. He well knew that he should never see his dear old comrades. The climax ended at, the tree only came to himself when he was unloaded in a courtyard with the other trees, and heard a man say, "That one is splendid. We don't want the others." Then two servants came in rich livery and carried the fir tree into a large and splendid drawing room. The next is falling action. So the falling action only started at one paragraph, which is, "Now then, the splendor will begin again," thought the fir tree. But they dragged him out of the room and up the stairs into the loft, and here, in a dark corner where no daylight could enter, they left him. "What's the meaning of this?" thought the tree. "What am I going to do here? What shall I hear now? I wonder." And he leaned against the wall, lost in reverie. Time enough had he too for his reflections, for days and nights passed on, and nobody came out. And when at last somebody did came, it was only to put some great trunks in a corner out of the way. They stood, the tree quite hidden, it seemed, as if he had been entirely forgotten. And the last but not least is the resolution. The resolution of the fir tree is, the boys played about in the court, and the youngest wore the gold star on his breast, which the tree had on the happiest evening of his life. However, that was over now. The tree gone, the story at the end. All was over. Every tale must end at last. And that is the last of the characters on the elements of prose of the fir tree. The next will be explained by Jihan.
Okay, so next we're going to see about the setting, place, time, and atmosphere from the first story. So the first one is setting place, where the fir tree is in the forest, a house, and the attic. Next, the setting time, when the time is winter and Christmas. And next, the atmosphere is about loneliness, loss, and regret. Next, to the theme. So the fir tree story took a theme about the dissatisfaction from the first story, that uh, his expectations are not going to be real, so it's far from his hope to become happy like other trees, and his expectation was too far and not going to be happen. Next, to the style of writing. In this prose, it took a descriptive, lyrical, and narrative. And at last, the point of view from this story is about third-person limited point of view, where the author only focus on one characters, and the author knew about the thinking and thought from the character, the fir tree.